Ek dink ons gaan begin. Ons wil van die geleentheid gebruik maak om vir almal baie hartlik welkom te sê wat vanaand hier is. Mag julle net ervaar dat dit wat hier gebeur julle verryk. Ons is baie dankbaar vir Neil, vir wat vanaand saam met ons hier is. Ons weet dat ons beleef wonderlike tye, interessante tye, en tye wat ons nooit in ons wildste drome gedink het in ons leeftyd gaan gebeur. En vanaand vir die geleentheid gee om daarna te luister. Maar terwyl ons hier by mekaar is, wil ek net vra, as iemand miskien nie geregistreer daar agter nie, die duiwel loop op rond soos 'n brullende leeu en hy soek wie hy kan verslind, dan moet ons naam daar agter opsit en seker maak dat ons op die verkeerde spoor loop vir 'n rukkie. Met 'n handtekeningkie en 'n sanitizerkie en 'n maskertjie en al die goedjies. Ek het 'n wonderlike voorreg om 'n lang pad te loop. En die rede hoekom ek altyd aan die kant staan, saam met my gemeente, wat hoop het en 'n pad vorentoe. Ek was 'n 6-jarige seentjie, toe het my familie in Kenia gesit, en die Maus het hulle helfte uitgeroei, en toe gaan hulle Noord-Rhodesia toe, Zambië, en toe die duiwel hulle daar gekry, en toe is hulle Rhodesia toe, en toe stuur die Here my vir 'n rukkie Rhodesia toe, en daar het ek 'n tyd deurgebring, en ek sê dit nie met trots nie, Mugabe was my president. En nou is die duiwel weer my president. Ek het 'n vriend, hy het sy 3de doktersgraad nou gedoen in Potchefstroom Universiteit, en hy's 'n taalkundige, en hy weet wat elke woord vandaan kom in die hele Bybel. En hy kom eendag vir my kuier, en hy sê vir my, ons het al die pad vir die mense, al die waarheid vertel. Maar ons het vir hulle een ding gelieg. Ek sê, dan moet hy net vir my sê, dat ons stop met dit. Ek sê, ons het vir mense gesê, bliksem is 'n vloek. Maar dit beteken eintlik 'n scoundrel, die Encyclopedia Britannica sê, 'n scoundrel, 'n gemors. Ek sê, ja, ek het altyd geweet ons staatspresident is 'n blik. En dis wonderlik wat die waarheid aan 'n mens doen. Maak jou vry. Ons gaan net so sit en dadelik begin. Kom ons maak ons harte stil. Ons hemelse Vader, U is 'n wonderlike en ewige en groot God, die enigste ware God, die God van Abraham en Isak en Jakob. En U het vir ons op die middelpunt van hierdie wêreld 'n kruis geplant, waar die 3 vastelande van die wêreld mekaar ontmoet, het Jesus vir ons sy lewe gegee. En die pad gaan langs die baie wonderlike weg van die kruis. En U het gesê, ek is die weg, die waarheid en die lewe. Niemand kom na die Vader behalwe deur my nie. Here, ons word omring in hierdie wêreld deur alles wat vals en leuns en bedrog is. En ons is vasgevang in die greep van 'n goddelose, duiwelse regering, wat alles in hulle vermoë doen om dit wat mooi en reg en skoon en wonderlik en goddelik is te verwoes. Maar dankie dat ons weet, U het gesê, hou goeie moed, ek het die wêreld oorwin. En dankie dat ons ook vanaand die voorreg het om vriende hier te kan ontvang. Ons beskou dit as 'n voorreg om by mekaar te wees. En ek wil baie dankie sê vir Neil, wat werklik in sy harte omstandigheid beleef om deel te wees van die oplossing van die krisisuur, van die tyd waarin ons lewe. Baie dankie, gee groot wysheid, gee vir ons ore om te kan hoor en harte om te verstaan, en gee vir ons baie groot wysheid en vrymoedigheid om dit te sê, en dat ons sal weet dat dit wat uit sy mond kom, niks sal wees wat God nie in hom gewerk het nie. Ons loof dit, eer u daarvoor, in Jesus se wonderlike ewige en alomteenwoordige naam. Amen. Amen. Baie dankie.
Eerstens doen baie dankie. Ek is nou baie duidelik oor sekere woorde wat ek baie onduidelik oor was. Ja. Ek sal maar daai woordeskat baie na my hart hou. First and foremostly, thank you very much for coming. I made sure that on short notice I could get into a vehicle and come. Want dit maak nie saak hoeveel mense om 'n tafel sit nie. En dit maak nie saak hoeveel mense vergader nie, al is dit 3. Dit begin by iemand en dit eindig by almal. En hierdie aand is vir my 'n geskiedkundige aand. Want hierdie aand is my eerste amptelike, kan ek sê, toespraak wat ek gaan gee namens die UIM. Geskiedenis word vanaand gedoen in George vir my. En ek wou hier naartoe kom. En een van die groot redes hoekom ek hier vanaand is een van ons great vriende. 'n Man wat ek nou nie lank ken nie, maar 'n man wat ek respekteer en 'n man wat ek absoluut sal volg in 'n rigting wat hy my gaan vat. En dit is 'n man wat hier langs voor my sit, generaal Chris Jonk. Ons ken hom as Chris, ons ken waar hy vandaan kom, ons weet dat hy baie kere met my gepraat het, en op 'n stadium het hy gesê, hy moet gaan van waar hy was, waar hy gesit het in 'n baie senior pos, tweede in bevel amper, van die boerelegioen, om ons met die regsgesinde, wat aan my toe gekom het, wat blykbaar hierdie verskriklike linksgesinde is. En wat vir my astronomies fantasties is dat mense soos ons, maak nie saak van waar ons kom, op die einde vir 'n saak 'n middelweg kan vind. En dit is vir my belangrik in Christus, 'n groot eer, want Chris het vir my gechallenge, en vir my gesê, jy sê jy wil met die mense kom praat, kom praat jy nie Vrydag nie, dit was Dinsdag. Dit was Dinsdag. En toe sê ek vir Chris, daar ry ons deur. En dan kom praat ons met wie ook al na ons wil luister vanaand. So Chris is 'n groot eer. Chris is ook 'n executive lid nou van ons nasionale bestuur. En dit is baie lekker om hier so te hê. En baie dankie Chris. Ons familie is hier, my aangenome familie is er agter. En ek wil net ook verwelkom dan in my nuwe skooljeugliggaam voorsitter, né? Staan gou op vir my. Sy's my youth leader. Hierso. Ek hoor die ander dag het sy vir 'n halfuur by die skool gedebatteer oor die UIM, né? So the future might lie in George of a future president, you know what I'm saying? Dames en here, my naam is Neil de Beer. Ek is die persoon blykbaar wat in die afgelope 6 maande, behalwe nou vir 'n ander paar dinge se en ditte, is ek nou blykbaar die mees gepraatste oor mens in Suid-Afrika. En wat vir my snaaks is dat ons gegroei het uit niks, kom uit niemand, en ewe skielik is die UIM op lippe, en Neil de Beer op elke tong, goed of sleg, maar daar word gepraat. And as Winston Churchill so eloquently said in his time of Prime Minister in the Admiralty, good news or bad news as long as the news is about you. Yes. En ek kan getuig van goeie nuus en slegte nuus. En ek staan voor u vanaand om met u te gaan praat oor baie goed, wat julle vandag sal uitgaan en hopelik versprei. En die vraag wat julle direk aan my gaan vra vanaand, want ek is nie eintlik 'n toespraakmens. Ek is hier om te hoor. Ek is hier om met u te gesels. I'm here to answer your questions. So that I can speak with you. Want ek dink nie ons moet weggaan van vanaand af in hierdie uur, as ons nie altyd duidelik is oor waartoe ons gaan. En ons kry nie altyd hierdie kans om met mekaar te kan praat. The most asked question, funny enough, on Google about Neil de Beer as of last night is Neil de Beer single? Not is Neil de Beer politically orientated, is Neil de Beer 'n kommunis, is hy 'n nasionalis, is hy 'n regse links of 'n... Nee, ons stel belang in hierdie land om uit te vind of ek single is. Nou draai ek om, nou vra ek vir die mense, so therefore it makes me not only an eloquent, but a very sought after bachelor. So the answer tonight, I'm going to answer, yes, Neil de Beer is a single, a man that is currently a bachelor, and I must be admitting to yourself, I would like to stay that, I think just for a couple of months more. Ons 'n bietjie 'n maand of so, sodat ons hierdie land kan regryk en dan kan ek hier ook al my partner van weer kan ondersteun, né? So, daar's hy Google, julle het nou gehoor, ek is nou 'n single mens, né? And I'd like to start there. It's impossible to be single in my life because I am within God, and therefore cannot be alone.
Amen.
It's not possible. But for 50 years of my life, make sure I was alone. I did not have this relationship. So dominee, ek noem my nou maar seker nou 'n virgin gister. Ek is nie op die bladsy. So as ek foute maak en ek haal nou nie die geskrifte korrek aan nie, dan moet julle my verskoon. Ek is nou nog in daai stadium waar as ek sê ek het strength nodig volgende en I Google strength and I go Bible. And then it says this is the verse, and then because I still don't know my Bible, I flip through and get lucky. Maar kry daai skrif kry ek. So I'd like to start a journey with you tonight. A full journey where we go from the beginning and we flash to where we are today. I was born in Stellenbosch. Small little farm, Lyndok, net buite Stellenbosch. En ek dink die oordeel daar was dat ek op die einde van die dag sou gaan boer. Ek dink ek wou 'n boer wees. En nou lag ek altyd as hulle sê maar jy was 'n wynboer. Dan sê ek vir ek het nog nooit op 'n plaas rondgery en bottel chardonnay sien hang van 'n tak af. Nee, ek was nie wynboer. Ons was duiweboere, hè. Nou kyk, dis dan begin by die dryf. En dan gaan ons wyn toe. Maar dis 'n proses so. Hierdie mense wat rondloop en sê hulle is wynboere. Dan wil ek maar sê, ja, boy. Jy moet vir my die geluk gee. So ons druiweboere, né? So ons perskeboere en daar in die Algin Grabouw is ons appelboere. So ek dink ons moet altyd sê, dis nou 'n progressive man as hy vir sê, "Jy, ek's 'n wynboer my vriend." En jy moet sê nee, ek is wynboer. Ek kom uit 'n boeregemeenskap uit. Stellenbosch. En ek dink soos almal van julle, gaan jy op hierdie roete van skool en na skool dan gaan jy op wat ook al volg. Nou in my dae, nou nie om my hele ouderdom 52 om dit weg te gee nie, het ons weermag toe gegaan. Ons het van die skool weermag toe gegaan. Ons het van die skool polisie toe gegaan. Nou praat ons hier van die 80s, die 70s. Dit was vir ons beskoor. Dat party het universiteit toe gegaan en party is weermag toe. Ek is weermag toe. Ek was 17. Nou wat mense nie verstaan nie, en ek wil namens die mense praat, wat ek sien, hier is 'n paar geëerde kandidate saam met my kollegas, wat met my kan praat oor daai dag. Jy het nie 'n keuse gehad. Jy het eintlik net 3 keuses gehad. Jy's of universiteit toe, jy's of uniform toe, of jy's tronk toe. Dit al. Daar was nie 'n ander keuse. You had to go. Of telkom. Maar dis uniform. So uniform het jy gedra. En dit was altyd vir my 'n ding wat ek altyd opgestaan het en ek het vir myself gesê, dis diensplig. Dis iets wat jy vir jou land moet gee. Dis iets wat ons gaan doen, want in daai dae het ons gepraat van volk en vaderland. En ek het nog nooit in my lewe ontken dat ek absoluut saamgestem het met die propaganda wat aan ons gegee is. Dat ons moet beklei teen 'n kommunistiese stelsel, die rooi gevaar. En iets wat ek baie na my hart kon verstaan, en dit was dat as ons op hierdie oomblik nie gaan beklei nie, dan gaan ons nie Christen in ons lewe hê. Jy sien, dames en here, jy moet erken waar jy is. Dit help nie dat ons vir mekaar lief nie. Soos die dominee gesê het, ons lewe nou in 'n land van absurde leuns en van aanvaarding dat jy net kan lieg en wegkom dan. Dis tyd dat ons terug gaan lig toe. Nou, of jy nou Christen is, of jy 'n moslim is, of jy 'n boeddhis is, en of jy glo en wat ook al dat die lig is, dit maak nie saak nie. Lig is lig. Good remains the absolute principle of good, and dark will remain bad. You know what is good in your mind. Dis daai ding as jy staan op jou eie, en ek is nog nie so op 'n vlak waar ek geskeer word nie, ek skeer nog myself. En daai proses staan ek alleen en kyk in 'n spieël. En daai man wat terugkyk in daai spieël is ek. En ek is alleen. En as jy alleen staan, kan jy nie vir jouself lieg nie. En as jy dit doen, dan is jy siek. Ek sê altyd vir my seuns en my dogter, as jy lieg en jy voel sleg, is daar hoop vir jou. Maar as jy lieg en jy glimlag en jy glo, dan moet jy 'n bietjie weggaan in 'n kamer met 4 deure. Want jy kan nie vir jouself lieg nie. Ons is besig in baie maniere om vir onsself te lieg. Die groot vraag is maar nee, hoe gaan jy van weermag, veiligheidspolisie, en dan onkontroversie is weer net so. Hoe gaan jy van die weermag verdedig, beklei op die grens, dan gaan jy veiligheidspolisie, dan stap jy oor, dan raak jy 'n terrorist. Dis mos nou nie. Something dramatic must have happened. You don't just go from blue to red. And this is the thing that I find illogic in human being stories, that they don't care why the change across the Rubicon happened. They just accept that you decided one morning that you're going to become one of the most hated, one of the most vilified, one of the most hunted human beings in your own country. Dit is mos louterige mos. Jy stap nie mos net van die ene na die ander kant. Iets gebeur met jou. Almal van ons in ons lewe het al so 'n ding gehad as dit nou 'n karongeluk was, die verlies van 'n kind, die verlies van 'n ouer, die verlies van iets groot, siekte. Want gewoonlik is dit 'n dramatiese ding wat jou lewe verander. Dis nie net 'n normale ding. En dit het met my gebeur. Nou die storie is nou 'n debat daar buite. Dis 'n verskikking van 'n debat. Dat hierdie persone verraaier is. Verraaier vir wie? En die konsep van verstandhouding is dat een persoon se terroris is 'n ander persoon se vryheidsvegter. Dit hang net af van watter kant jy sit. Want die een persoon is afskuweling vir een kant en die ander een het opgestaan en is 'n Here. Dit hang net af van watter kant van die geskiedenis jy staan. So dis in baie mense in hierdie land, en ek gaan nou vir julle sê, die minderheid in hierdie land is ek 'n terrorist. Vir die meerderheid van hierdie mense, en ongelukkig kan ek dit reguit sê en gelukkig, vir die meerderheid nie blanke mense is ek een van hulle grootste helde in hierdie land. Want in 1988 het ek opgestaan en gesê, as jy 'n nie blanke is jy tog mens? Is jy tog nie rooi as ek jou sny binne bloed nie? Is jy tog nie 'n mens wat geskoor in die Here se lewenswys? Hoe dus kan ons sê jy's nie 'n mens? En dit was vir my die snaakste ding, dat die grootste verdediging van hierdie ding van rasseskeiding was die NG Kerk. 'n plek waar ek op die banke gesit het vir 13 jaar en elke jaar my klein seeltjie gekry het, my groene, my bloue, my rooie kakkesasie, elke Sondag by my moeder. Ek het daar gesit en gehoor van die Here se vrede en die Here se bewaking, maar nie een enkele nie blanke in daai kerk. En ek het vir God gevra, maar ja, wat 'n Bybel is dit? Wat die Bybel sê, dat in een huis van God mag gekleurdes nie by mekaar sit. Waar staan dit? Ek het die Bybel gelees, voor, agter, voor, kry dit nie. En kyk vanaand, kyk hoe sit ons saam in een kamp. Die verrassing is dat 30 jaar gelede was dit wat hier is vanaand nie moontlik nie. Dit was onwettig, julle sou tronk toe gaan. Tronk toe, omdat ons onder een God en een mens staan. Was dit verkeerd, was dit reg? Daai debat maak nie meer vir my saak. Wat saak maak, is dat ons almal vanaand hier kan sit. What matters is that we can assemble under one God. We can assemble under one roof without the threat of arrest. The mere fact that just sitting here amongst us, no matter the message, would have incarcerated you in prison. He said, as baie said, and I hope, my dream is that one day that will really be a way. So I didn't just move. I didn't wake up one morning and decide, nee, ek gaan nou communist word. Ha, die mal. Dit werk nie so nie. Things happen. And one of the most dramatic things is while I was working with the security services, doing the job that most of the people in apartheid didn't want to do. Jy sien, ons het in 'n stelsel gewerk waar op een of ander tyd, dames en here, ons moet in een kamer sit en ons moet met ander rasse vir mekaar begin kyk in die gesig en sê, dit het gebeur. En ek is jammer. This country never went to reconciliation. This country got stuck at the truth. TRC. We got to T. We never got to R. Ons kan nou skryf. Want ons het die waarheid en versoening kommissie gehad. Die waarheid is gepraat in sale. Die waarheid is gepraat in skole. Maar die versoening kant het nooit gekom nie. Tussen boer en ons indigenous kleringgemeenskap en swart. Het ons nooit al drie gesit en mekaar aangekyk en gesê, ons is jammer. Alle kante. Want daar is nie een groep in hierdie land waar se hande skoon is sonder bloed nie. En ons kan nie net sê, dis een kant nie. Dis alle kante. Ons het bloed. Suid-Afrika, wanneer het ons die bloed vir mekaar skoon gewas? Wanneer het ons vir mense gesê, dit was 'n onreg? Vir mekaar, die bomme, die moorde en die onreg. Suid-Afrika, ons het nie. Kan julle herinner? Weet u in George van 'n dag, wat ons as die staat, die ANC, die AWB, kan ons dink, waar Boesak en Rolf Meyer en hierdie Crispy Soekie Cyril, waar ons aan mekaar by mekaar gesit het in 'n venue en ons kon ons harte uitpraat, was julle daar? Nee, dat was nie so iets nie. Well, I don't know about it. Do you? Hulle het ons nooit in 'n saal gesit nie. Hulle het nie George by mekaar gebring nie. Hulle het nie George en Hartenbos en Mosselbaai en Plet en al die plekke, het hulle nie by mekaar in 'n saal gesit en gesê, right, hier is die plan. Hier is die plan. Julle het gister mekaar gemoer, Vandag gaan ons mekaar voer. Nee, ons het leeg gegaan vermoed. Is dit nie? Kom ons praat reguit saam. Kom ons praat reguit met mekaar. Wanneer het ons versoen? Want die kleerling gemeenskap is dit wat julle wil noem, bly nog steeds in George daar. Die swart gemeenskap in George bly nog steeds daar. En die blanke gemeenskap in George bly sommer oral daar. Nee, kom ons praat reguit, daar's nog steeds apartheid hier. Daar's nog steeds apartheid in Johannesburg, in Kaapstad, in Mosselbaai, in Hartenbos, in George en Nysna. Herken ons vanaand, daar's nog steeds apartheid. Nee, daar is. Is alright. Hey, luister gou. Is alright. Is alright, kom hier. Ons weet dit, man. Sy, ons is stupid nie. Ons weet mos daai, ken jy daai? Daar in die winkel, kyk vir mekaar en sê jy vir jou vrou. En dan snaaks, jy raak doof, né? Jy raak so, nee, praat, want ek is deel van julle. Nee, hoor dit. Voordat iemand nie herken wie ek is nie, dan praat hulle. Jy weet alweer. Kyk nou net hierso, dan sê ek, wat sê dan sê hulle, nee, jy moet ek ken. Stop. Julle lieg vir mekaar. En moet nie baie nie. Die ander kant doen presies dieselfde. Nee, kyk nou weer die boek. Is die waarheid? Is die waarheid? Jy ry hier so van George ry jy Hartenbos toe, kom maar. Ja nee, Martha. Dis alweer hulle. Wat jy doen? Lieg julle! Want ons het dan vanaand hier by mekaar kom vir die waarheid. Né? Al ry jy ou voor jou in, en dan ry jy vir hom en sê, ja nee, so goed. Allee, hier kom. Ja, hulle. Gaan Hartenbos toe, dan gaan Hartenbos rond, dan ga jy daar, ek was daar 5 dae Hartenbos, vir die eerste keer in my lewe, ek kom terug. Het jy lekste vakansie wat ek in my lewe gehad? Ek het nog nooit in my lewe soveel Ranger bakkies in een plek gesien behalwe by Fort. Dis Hilux Rangers, al wat daar is, kakie en ander arme. Nee, ek nog in my dood geskrik. En onthou, dis die 1 Desember waar ek ons daar uitgekom het. Mense het hier rondgesluip in George Mall met my masker, plus 'n masker, plus 'n kip. En elke keer as ek verby stap, dan staan iemand langs my en sê vir my, jy Neil de Beer, glad nie. Ek wil net vir jou sê, hou aan, baie nou miskien. Ek dacht, nou gaan my daarne. Ek gaan by Hartenbos, ek gaan swem by die swembad. Nee, is Afrikaans is groot. En nog nooit soveel boere in my lewe gesien. En toe raak ek okay. Toe raak ek alright. Want die eerste manne wat daar uitgegaan was my buurman, toe hy uitvind ons hier 'n huis hierso in Hartenbos, toe kom hy oor en ek sit hierso met 'n drankie want ek mag. Ek mag. En ek sien jy kom die ou oorgestap en ek klop hom en ek sê vir my vriend wat die huis gehuur het, Boland, Daniel. En hy kom oor en hy staan my uit so kort broek, John Deere en Crocs. En hy kyk, hy sê, jy sien miskien daai ou nie. Sê vir hom, wie? Hy sê, jy Neil de Beer. Ek sê, ja oom, hy sê, as jy hier vir die vakansie, ek sê oom, hy sê, ek en jy moet braai. Ek sê, dankie oom, en hy sê, by the way, die Here seën. Dit is die begin van versoening. Dis die begin van praat. Want die nie-blanke volk weet dat ek besluit het om vir hulle te sterf op 'n stadium sodat ons onreg kan uitwaai. En die blanke gemeenskap het geweet ek kom uit hulle. As u dink ek het u verraai, dan het jy absoluut die verkeerde storie. Ek het niemand verraai nie. Ek het opgestaan en besluit, as ons nie nou saamwerk, as ons nie nou die pad regmaak nie, dan gaan hulle ons moord. Dan gaan rasseverhouding nooit saamkom. Want die feitelike mense, wat nooit oorgepraat word van verraad nie, is die leiers van daai dag. Hierdie ding is live, nee. Hoor my. Gaan soek verraad in jou eie leierskap. Moenie na my toe kom. Want my leiers het gesit op 'n klein eiland en klippe gekap. En hulle het opgestaan en gesê, Your Honor, for these principles, I am prepared to die. And that was Nelson Mandela. Hy het nie weggegaan nie. Hy het gaan staan en hy het gesê, vat my tronk toe, sluit my toe, en indien nodig, hang my. Maar hierdie is my principles. Hoeveel van ons leiers het gestaan? As apartheid so 'n unieke ding was, om oor te sterf, en seuns te laat sterf. Hoekom toe die tyd kom verval, het hulle nie opgestaan, en dieselfde gesê. Opgestaan en gesê, ek het apartheid gelei, ek was 'n generaal, ek het die mense beveel, nou stuur my tronk of galg toe. Maar ek staan by my besluit. Hoeveel het dit gedoen? Nie een nie. Nie een van hierdie leiers. Jammer, die waarheid moet uit. Jy noem my 'n verrader. Ek het nie die negotiations gedoen nie. Ek het nie Kodesa toe gegaan nie. En ek het nie die regmatige vryheid of onvryheid van die blanke volk in hierdie land gemaak nie. Dit was F.W. de Klerk en Rolf Meyer en Pip Botha. Dit was nie heel bedoel. Jy noem my 'n verraaier. Ek dink dis 'n lang debat. Maar ek het iets gehoor in my jeug. Ek het iets gehoor terwyl ek in daai veiligheidsmag het ek iets gehoor. En wat ek gehoor het was oorgee. Surrender. Indemniteit was die groot woord, né? Ons leiers het meer belang gestel op indemniteit dokumente as vryheid. Jy sien as jy alright is en jy is okay, dan kan jy met die volk begin redeneer. Daar is baie om nog te vertel. Dit kom in my nuwe boek uit. Daai boek is 'n groot boek. Dit gaan finaal al twee kante verduidelik. Dit kom in 2030. Ons moet wag. Want vandag gaan dit nie meer oor die verlede. Dit gaan oor waartoe gaan. It doesn't matter who I was. It doesn't matter what decision I took. It doesn't matter who I fought and who I fought against. It doesn't matter anymore who was enemy and who wasn't. What matters today is let us speak about today and the future. Kan hierdie land sy verlede berg? Kan hierdie land opstyg en sê, ons is 'n unieke land. Ons is 'n reënboogland. That rainbow nation, that dream in 94. Onthou julle daai groot dag van die wêreldbeker 95. Daai dag, Nelson, swart en wit. Jy sien, toe maak dit nie saak. Die enigste ding wat saak maak, as dat ons daai mense op hulle hel gee, en die wêreldbeker bring. We needed that World Cup in 95. Stem julle?
Absolutely.
Ons het dit nodig gehad. We just went through change, not a normal change. We went through a dramatic change. Enemy had to sit next to terrorist. Terrorist had to sit next to liberation fighter. Worker had to sit next to farmer. Farmer had to sit next to communist. Communist had to sit next to everybody. And we didn't mind that day. Daai dag. Want die vlag gewapper het. Snaaks genoeg. Ou vlag en nuwe vlag was in daai stadium. En wat belangrik was François. Was François in daai span. I wrote a document the other day. South Africa needs a World Cup a day. Because it seems that when there's World Cup, we forget our division. As ons 'n wêreldbeker speel, dan maak dit vir daai 4 weke nie saak of ons swart of wit is. Dan is dit Suid-Afrika. En as Sipho hier staan, Clinton, Georgie en Jan, en ons is hier, en Sipho gooi, en dan All Black sê vir Sipho, "G'day mate, Zach." Dan gaan die boer opdraai en sê vir hom, "Luister, die dollar ons jou van." Wat is Sipho? Nee, dan sal jou neek as jy aan Sipho vat. Maar dan stap nie kan jy vir Sipho. What's wrong with us? Dinsdag wil jy vir Sipho uit sy taxi uit klim en vir hom klap roete toe. Maar Saterdag, Sipho kom 'n bietjie. As hy? He's okay. He's us. No one gets us. No one gets us. We actually love each other in our way. We do. Wys vir my enige blanke man vandag wat hierso sit oor die ouderdom van 50 that wasn't raised by a black lady. Nee, kom praat.
Ja.
Ons is nie opgebring deur blanke maas nie. Ons maas het ons gelos by Paulina, Sophie, Annetjie. Onthou julle? En Auntie Annetjie het jou
Bliksem.
Nee, en sy het nogal respek gehad. Kom 'n bietjie, jou klein. Etter van 'n klein. Dan kom jou ma en sê, "Verstaan, hoekom? Jy was daar, kom jy ook sommer hier." Paulina het jou geneek. Het sy nie?
Ja.
Paulina het vir jou gewag by die hek. Sy het jou kos gemaak. Sy het jou huiswerk laat doen en jou gebad. Ja, sy het jou gesien. En dan het Paulina 3 taksies gevat huis toe. Dan gaan kook vir haar kinders onder 'n kers. Onthou julle? Sy is nie meer hier nie. Annetjie is dood. Paulina is dood. Was jy na haar graf toe? Jou tweede ma. Was jy na haar toe? Het jy ooit uitgevind wat het geraak van haar? Die een wat jou op die rug vasgemaak het. Die een wat jou soos 'n baba gedra. Het jy haar gaan soek? Het jy vir haar gebed gegee? Nee. Maar ons mis Paulina. Ons het opgegroei op die rug van ons eie eie. Het was alright om hulle kos te eet. Het was alright dat hulle jou kom bad. Maar het was nie alright dat jy na hulle huis toe kan gaan. Wat het ons foute gemaak? Dat ons so lief vir mekaar is. Dat ons mekaar vergeet het. Suid-Afrika is een land, maar verskeie nasies. Ons is 'n land met diverse nasies in 'n nasie. Ek noem hulle nie die boerevolk nie. Daar bestaan nie iets soos die boerevolk nie, dis die Afrikaner nasie. Julle is 'n nasie, ek is 'n nasie. Ek is deel van die Afrikaner nasie. Ek het 'n nasie, ek het 'n kultuur, ek het 'n taal, ek het 'n reg, ek het 'n voortbestaan en ek het 'n geskiedenis. Net soos die Khoi, die Griekwa, die San, die Zulu, die Xhosa, die Bafokeng, die Pedi en die Ndebele. Dink julle nie hulle het elkeen hulle eie nasie nie? Dis die feit dat ons nie erkenning gee dat ons nasies in 'n nasie is nie. Dis dit wat ons apart dryf. Dis daai ding wat hulle sê is apartheid. En dis nog hier.
Ja.
Dis lewendig. En ons gee dit nou vir ons kinders. Ons gee dit vir ons kinders. Want hoe weet 'n 16-jarige seun vandag op die rugbyveld die K-woord, die H-woord, die B-woord? Hoe weet ons kinders die woord? Julle leer dit vir hulle. Daai vieslike woorde dra ons vandag oor aan ons kinders. Want hoe weet hulle dat? Ek het gedink ons stop het. Kan ons nie die bloedlyn wees wat dit stop nie. Maar dan kom daai Bybel geskrif. Daai ding wat my in die krop steek. Die sondes van jou vader sal gedra word deur jou kinders se kinders. Jo, Dominee, wanneer trek ons daai lyn? Wanneer die kinders kom. Ons land brand. Jy kan maar nou met my stry, ek weet waarvan ek praat. Ons land brand. Our country is burning. And we are seeing the people set it alight. Mamela Matlaman. Mamela. Yango Mamela, apa in Nomsland. Apa in Gomso. Apa Yangom, apa in Zanzi Utolol. Mamel. We are taking a country today and tomorrow, and we're making it nothing. That's what I just said.
Yes, I know you're dead.
Our dead.
You're dead now.
And we are watching it burn, and we are going to vote for the same people to continue burning. How can we sit here as a community, as a diverse, represented community of black, indigenous, white, in this community? Look around you. You are all present here tonight. There's no excuse. Ons is almal verteenwoordig. Kyk, ons is Suid-Afrika. We are it. We are also different generations. I'm very young. I'm a young generation. And I have TikTok. I'm the only presidential candidate. Maar ek TikTok. So ons het 'n ander garde. Ons het kyk hierso. Kyk ons generasies wat hier sit. Ons sit jong, ons sit middel en ons sit ouer. We are the people here tonight. We are the people. And if we were 5 or 10, it was worth coming. Because tonight we represent every segment of the society in George. Look around.
Amen.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Thank you for being here tonight, and it's an honor to actually listen to you and hear you. It's a great journey that you've embarked on, and there's a lot of respect from our side to you, and thank you for being here. But the question that I really need to ask is, there's been politician after politician in my 52 years of being around, and what I've noticed, there's no structure, there's no plan, there's no vision, there's just a lot of lies. I would love to see, and we don't have to answer the question tonight, because I believe maybe we can take it forward on another level. How do you bring this all together? Yes, we're talking about multiculturalism. We're talking about people that actually want to take the country forward. I'm a businessman myself, and I have 55 people I employ. We contribute tax-wise. We do all the right things. But around us, we have BE on this side that has been actually destructive to our country, hasn't actually contributed in any level, has benefited a very few, and we see the likes of 1.2 trillion, I think, taken out. That is 10 million RDP houses. Most people don't even understand the concept of 10 to 15,000 around the country when you talk about the number of people that we're talking about here. How do we get the message across from your plan, sir, that we can tie exactly that community together of all the voters? You see, it's easy to say, for example, be a DA person, we've got X amount of white people, we've got this and that. But what we're really missing is the accountability. But the problem is the accountability that's been sent across is not the accountability because most people don't understand what a billion is. That's 10,000 RDP houses and 100,000, okay? What I'm trying to say is you can't explain that to most people. How do you take it so and actually make it visual so that people can actually see the difference? And that is where I think the crux is, because everyone stands up and says, here's who we are. But no one's got a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you fail to plan. If you fail to plan, you're unsuccessful. This is what we've seen over the last 25 years. There's no plan. There's no ability to plan. There's ability to loot. So you've got to ask yourself, were the ANC here to govern or to loot? I'm asking you, sir, how do you take this message and actually grow it? Because there should be 4,000 or 5,000 people here tonight. How do we actually show South Africa what your plan is? And that is the question, sir.
So I think that's great. Everybody thinks we're going to Calvinia. We're on our way to Wellington. South Africa today is an accident that happened. Come with me. You arrive at a car accident and there's a body. As a person that understands paramedics and EMS trading, the first thing that you look is only one thing. You don't look for broken bone, you look for bleeding. It is your first priority to stop the bleeding. When you find bleeding, you stop it, you take the body, and you then stabilize and then put it in the ambulance and take it to the hospital. South Africa is a bleeding body. It is a body that is absolutely currently pulverizing from every main artery. So I explained, jy het nou op 'n man afgekom of 'n vrou en hy was in 'n ongeluk en hy's besig om uit te bloei. Die eerste ding wat jy moet doen, stop die bloei. I'm a business guy, believe it or not. I went from safety, security, defense. I went to advising African politics. I'm now a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And in actual fact, I fund entrepreneurs. Before I go on, may I just quickly interrupt by welcoming someone very important, also a second UIM Executive Committee National Member, Tanny Granger. Tanny. Alipad compleet, we like it now? Thank you. Tanny, one of our guys, all the way. We must be realistic today that we are not the ANC, we are not the EFF, and we are not the DA. We don't have the mass. But neither does anybody else. So if you look at every other political party, which by the way we are not, we are a political movement that conscientiously, I will inform you, will go to a political party very soon. But today we're a movement. Today we mobilize everybody that's not a politician. Today we mobilize everybody that is not in a political party that have sat there for 30 years and had no plan, had no astronomical impact, because out of the majority people sitting in parliament, how many of them have run a business, even as Pazasha? No, zero. So we thought we gave people liberty. We gave them vote. We didn't give them the economy. And there I'd like to start. Tonight, I am telling you that the first effect of a small movement is going to grow into something that has to be now the light. If we say to each other tonight that the UIM is going to be the savior today of the economy, you're lying. because we are gone in the economy. We are more than 3 trillion US in base debt. We just stole 1.8 trillion that the UIM could find. And we have just yesterday made another mistake by declaring that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine has to be halted after how much more billions. We are sitting with 80%, that's to be confirmed, of local municipalities that are bankrupt and have no more in the fiscus. We have a nation of blood. The UIM was started by a singular human being and a couple other people that got up and said, Neil, you come from the enemy. You come from the dragon. But you ask, how do you fight them? Because I'm telling you, we are going into a fight. Because this hyena is not going to surrender. Do you really think he's going to give you the carcass and tell you feast? We are at war. Not by gun, but by the effort of the barrel of the ballot box. And here I will now come to the answer. I am not going to fight anything except probably 2 van die goed that's going to kill our country within the next 6 months. And no one knows it. No one. Forget about the economy. Forget about entrepreneurship and job creation. This is not the problem today that we, the country, face. We face 2 things that is astronomically standing on the UIM's doorstep today. And if we don't fight it, we must pack up and surrender. Because no one sees it. No one have noticed what is happening to us in the next 6 months. There are 2 things going to happen to us. And the only movement, the only political structure that is now uniting to fight it is the UIM. 1, they are about to change Section 25 of the Constitution. And no one is saying anything. Not the DA, not the ANC, not the EFF is getting up and saying, this is the enemy. Now it sounds great out there to give people land. Jy, dis 'n Rottweiler wat agter 'n bakkie aanneek en dan stop die bakkie. Wat gaan die Rottweiler met die bakkie maak? Wel, hy gaan kyk. En hy gaan sê, ry bakkie, want ek jag bakkies. Dit gaan nie oor land nie. Hey, it's not about land. It's what you put on top of the land. Ons era het verander. 50 years ago, when you used to drive around and say to the people, ek het 20 en 40 hektaar en 100 hektaar, het mense gesê, ja, Jan is ryk. He's actually wrong today, owning land, because the wealth of land is what you produce from it.
Understandably so, sir. And I agree with you 100%.
But I want to answer you, because it's a fundamental question you asked. It started the debate.
Yeah.
If they pass that constitutional law,
This country's finished.
no one in this country is safe of ownership, of title, and no foreign direct investment will come to this country, because who in his right mind will come to George and put up a 50 million euro factory, and then the next day you come and say, give me your land. No, this is logic. You don't have to be an economist.
You'll collapse the banking system. You will collapse
Well, no, sir. That is the next law they are changing. Law 1 is the fundamental change of land without compensation. He's in the parliament at the moment. Will they get the vote for it? Yes.
There's a majority.
Because of the alliance.
Yeah.
They are going to push this through. And what is the second law after that? The nationalization of the Reserve Bank. Does South Africa not get this? are we the only movement that got up and said, if you touch those two things, then we will muster a revolution of law against you. We'll rise. And we will try and find every advocate, every lawyer that will stand with us, and we'll take them to the Constitutional Court. Ek is jammer, die ander groepe, ons het hulle uitgenooi, Chris. Afriforum en solidariteit en negativiteit en al hierdie mense wat debietorders vat. Hulle vat jou debietorde. Maar hulle staan nie in die hof nie. Jammer as hulle in die hof staan, dan staan hulle vir die verkeerde ding. Want dit maak nie meer saak oor Jan en Pieter en Gerard en Jeremy nie. Those are the two principles that if they collapse in this country and we do not fight it,
You have Zimbabwe too.
then this economy is over.
Yeah.
There's two words I have framed. It's called economic genocide. We won't go into a human genocide in this country. We have had opportunities in this country to murder each other more than 18 times. We never did. Because we do know that sanity will prevail. How long? How long? You see, Napoleon said, when the haves outnumber the have-nots, and the have-nots are the majority, then the have-nots will come and take everything from the haves. How far are we? Hoe naby is ons? Hoe naby is ons aan die hongermense wat kom steel by die mense wat het? Not because they're criminal, but because they are hungry. The masses are here. What keeps us in check though? Law?
No.
Bekkie, stoeltjie, tafeltjie, tsel. Wat meer belangrik ag sy hoed. Law in this country, I'm sorry to tell you, has collapsed. The judiciary is undisputedly under attack, where an ex-president of this country can say, I am not going to appear in front of the judiciary. I remember my president, your president, Mandela, sitting in the Tuli House, being sued by a guy called Louis Lake. Louis Lake demanded that that man, Mandela, must come to court. Remember? SA Rugby. And I remember Mandela being told, Madiba, you can't go to court. You can't go there. Why are you even thinking? And you know what he said? He said, I am the president. And if I don't go, why must the people go? That was the president.
Sure. Yeah.
He went to court. I never forget the day when Mandela walked into that court. It's time for leadership. What is the plan? It's simple. We are going to cut off the blood. How do we do it? You see, it's very easy. I know. I'm ready. Are you? Are you ready? So don't make this complicated, sir. It's very easy. We have decided we are entering local government election. We are going. We are contesting it. No doubt. I have no other doubt. We will go in. Because today I have no power. What power do I have? Write, make nice emails, mooi Facebooks, great WhatsApps. What effect am I having except to wait to get into government? So there is the dream. But I'm also a person that's been in politics for 30 years. Hierdie ding is 'n stukkie vir stukkie plan. I have no other choice. I know we are desperate.
Yes.
I know we want the UIM in now. We cannot. But what we can do is follow the plan. Tomorrow, 12. Piece by piece. So why are we sitting here tonight? We are going to go for 7 metros. 7. We are going for them. I have declared it. You know it. The UIM will contest 7 metros. Why 7 metros? Is where the most bleeding is. Sorry, with respect. That's what the eerste bloei, that's what it's run. So we have decided strategically, as the UIM, we will not discard the smaller municipalities like George, and like Eden, like Oudtshoorn, like Plet. No, if there's people that get up and say, Neil, we are contesting in George 4 wards, take it. Take it. But we will go for the metros in October. That's phase 1. Do we want to win it? No. No. We don't want to win it. Why do you want to win it?
Why? We're gonna win.
We're just going to walk in. We're going to sit down and go, middag. Ons het 3 councillors. 5, 15,
Yes.
10, 30. Hoe's it? Here's the light. Because we're realistic. We have 90 days. We will take a quarter. We will contest. And if we go sit there and we see crime, corruption, theft, we will start the revolution inside council. We will get up and say, excuse me, you are wrong. You are a thief. You are stealing. As hulle dink die EFF kon skree, dan moet jy die UIM se manne sien. Ons gaan vir julle doodskree. Because that is the start of light. That's fact. We will start it.
Expose it.
We will expose the death first. I cannot change the economy. I cannot halt 30 years in 1 month. It's not possible. What I can do is start standing up and saying, Mr. Meyer, jy steal. You are not corrupt, sir. You're stealing. Then they must throw us out net thing. Ons gaan baie in die parlement buite stap. Ons susters, bietjie pannekoekie vir die UIM. Dan gaan ons volgende môre weer in, dan gaan ons opvaar van 60 toch. Jy's 'n dief. Withdraw, nooit. Check, right. Is the only thing we can do is a spiritual revolution, is to get up with guts and honor and say, you're a thief. En jy, meneer die minister, jy moet op Paulsman wees. Jy. And we won't surrender. So it's the voice that counts today. It's not the majority. Because one man, one woman can make a difference. So I have got a dream. But I'm a realist. I understand the fight. What we are intending to do is to highlight theft, is to highlight crime, highlight corruption, and highlight the spending of capital in this country. The 4 C's. Crime, corruption, capital, and Christ. That's our 4. Because I think it's time to bring Christ back.
Amen.
Or not
Yes.
ever in dispute whoever the other religion is. Yesterday I said, Ramadan Kareem. If you think that we can change this country in isolation without our Islam and Muslim citizens, you are wrong. If you think that I cannot say Happy Pesach to our Jewish community, you are wrong. Because we have to give recognition to all in this country. So it doesn't matter what light you've got. I am probably the most impatient human you have met. I am a commanding officer of armed forces. I am an ex-mercenary. I'm not a person that waits and waits for you. Ek kom deur jou voordeur. Knock, knock. Like in Mitchell's plane last week. You know that, eh?
Yeah.
You know I still fight crime with a bulletproof and a gun.
Carte blanche.
Where are you? Where are you? I'll tell you where I am. I'm with 9 vehicles, 50 men and 50 women, and I'm kicking doors down. Until 4 in the morning. En ek sleep hulle, nee. Kom hier. Nee, kom. Jammer vir die bak hier. So I'd like to debate what you are doing to fight crime. You are having a Weber, a brandy, on a Friday night. Do you know where I am? in England. Well, it's now exposed, isn't it? So you have a presidential candidate that's sitting in a van. I give my time. Because you can't say, let's fight crime, and you sit on your backside. Secondly, corruption. What am I doing? I'm identifying it, am I not? Exposure Friday. Exposure Fridays. How much have we found till now? Well, 1.7 trillion. And we highlight it. The meticulous plan is not to build a political party that's going to defend the elections now. It is to create voices. But what is our economic plan? It is all about entrepreneurship and SMME. That's it. I'm going to focus on that.
100%, and I really appreciate what you put through, and you know what, I really enjoy the passion and everything that you put into this. And we need to get that same amount of passion understood by the people of South Africa, and that plan. And that's where I'm getting to. We're not debating the cause, we're not debating this. We can sit and debate all the losses and that. We can't do anything with that right now, but we can actually take the country forward. But we've got to have every single citizen involved, and that communication, and that is what I'm trying to get across. The last thing I want to say, by 2029, there'll be 30.3 million unemployed youths in this country between the age of 12 and 26. So if you're looking at a plan over the next 9 years, when you talk about the have and the have-nots, we've got a massive issue on our hands. And that means that those people coming through need to understand where the economy is going, how they're going to be able to build this economy, and what is the vision. And that's all I'm asking is, how do you get that plan to the people soon?
The plan is that the haves should stop talking. And the have-nots should start voicing. Because you're a have. No, you're a have.
How's that, sir?
He's a have-not. You have a business,
Yes.
you employ 50 people.
Yes.
This person is in a shack.
Sure.
So actually we, the haves, not the ultimate have, should start speaking to the have-nots. The have-nots should be screaming. The haves should be listening. So the plan is not to continue speaking to the haves only. It is to go into the areas of the have-not.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm
The
saying.
have-not plan, yes, for instance, have arrived.
Yes.
Welcome. Welcome. So here's the point. Young theatre. Because I spent the majority of my life with the have-nots, not the haves. If we think that a community of people that are poor don't want gated villages, don't want ADT, don't want security fencing, don't want armed response, we aren't giving it to you. What we are giving is blah blah. Elke dag rhetoric. Because the areas, they're fine. They're okay, you can afford it. But when you go into Luandle, Khayelitsha, Kayamandi, Nyanga, Diepsloot, Lavender Hill, both, you are going into an area which looks like Somalia. The problem is that 3/4 of the people can't go in there because they've never been in there. Not the majority. Not all, but most. If you've gone in there, it's a different community. It's an ander cultuur. Maar ons het 'n verskriklike kultuur wat ook ons nie. We've got gangsterism. Ons het drank. Ons het armoede. But Monday you march into a factory. You cover your tax. You cover your scar. You cover your headache, and you cover the fact that you don't even have a toilet inside your house. And you do your job. And then that afternoon you go back to nothing. My worry at the moment is not the voice of the haves. It is that the UIM should be adopted by the have-nots. How will we do that?
That's it. That's
I'll
the
tell you how we will do that. Welcome. 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 Now what we do here tonight is a start. Because all of us talk. Tonight we are not here with respect to solve the country's political problems. Tonight we are here to agree that no matter where we come from, be it have a little, have not, that we all share the same pain. Is that not a revelation? Is that not a revelation? That a business owner and a business owner and a business owner and a person that works in business and that works to aspire to become an entrepreneur and a faith leader and a person that comes in, that can sit here with entrepreneurs and we say to each other for the first time, actually for the first time, is ons nie maar almal gat vir hom. Is ons nie gat. Ons is gatvol vir potholes. Ons is gatvol vir Eskom. Ons is gatvol vir non-delivery. Ons is swak oor die moord. Ons is klaar met die diefstal. Ons wil nie meer nie. Let's agree tonight, if that is why I came here tonight, and get 20 souls together and say, we are tired. In Koza, in Tanin. We are frustrated. In a country where we have lost hope, where we have no faith, where the people are angry, is a dangerous country. No hope, fear, no faith, and anger. You see, it's the have-nots that are going to get up. And they're going to stand out here and go, no, so I fear that day.
Nothing more to live.
Because we won't stop them.
Absolutely.
There is no gun in this country that's going to stop 46 million people. Do we have to go there? Is there room, Harvey? Yeah, definitely. There's rumors. You see, only people that went to war don't want war again. Because we saw what war does. So hierdie mense wat op Facebook sit en mor oor oorlog. Wat vir mense sê ons is gatvol en ons bring nou geweer. They won't. Want hulle weet nie die verskil tussen 'n 2-2 en 'n windbus. Ons weet kleiner. Jy wil nie oorlog hê nie. Why would you want to go to war? We don't want war. Look at Somalia. Look at the Congo. Look at the DRC. I want to say to the people that are thinking it, you know who you are. Stop it. Because the only way forward for this country is hope. Yes, we need a plan. Yes, I am agreement. I want a plan. I want economic revival. Maar is die vraag maar. Jy stel nie weer belang in ekonomiese planne nie. You are not interested in plans in parliament anymore. You want money in your pocket. Jawel? Ufuna en man. Jy wil geld hê. Jy kan nie ballot box eet nie. Now I'm sorry, here's a question from you. This is an opposition. The DA is an opposition. This is the opposition we've got. Point of order. Point of order. He's not an opposition. He's a coalition. I expected more from an opposition. What more? Well, maybe a feisty leader. Maybe someone with a bit of credential. Nee? Want die ANC sit daar en hulle lag hulle gat af vir jou. Point of order. Sê. Ja, man, ek sê maar lekker moet. Yes, but you can't speak to me that way. He's not parliamentary. Hey, sê. Nou kom zo. Nee, dan gaan sit jy in jou gat. Dan kom jy maar môre weer terug, point of order. What the hell are you doing? They don't respect you. They're laughing at you.
But that's the challenge.
Julius Malema, Frikkie Malema, your future president. Hy los sy gat af. Hey man, sir. Yeah, let's face the fact. Who is the following alternative? Want wat ons het vandag werk nie. Want hy gly, né? He's slipping. So who else except an alternative coming in that doesn't see color, that doesn't see race, that doesn't see religion, that doesn't see have or have not, that welcomes everybody in a beautiful hall and says, It's now time. Go out there and tell the people, Neil de Beer cannot save this country on my own. We can't. You are expecting one man with a couple of believers to run this country into hope, but you are not willing to pay for it. I'm paying for it. I've carried the UIM 6 months now, on my own, fighting for freedom. It's now time, South Africa.
Yes.
But we are so used to doing the South African haka. Do you know we've got a haka? Like the All Black haka. Do you know we South Africans have a haka? Have you seen it? It's when the bull comes. Give it. I come. Ja. Bly nie die haka. Jy maar volkos moet betaal. Hy weet nie op. Maar jy wil praat. But when you need to put nothing. Because we have become a society where we believe, no, he will do it. Yeah, I saw it do. He can't do it. He's a mass movement. Jy kan nie 100 rand uithaal nie. Hulle gaan jou land vat, waar jy met 'n 5 of 10 miljoen land sit. They're going to take it. Then what is worth jou geld? So sir, there's another point. Pay! Because it's a movement. I can't on my own speak to 1 million. I'm trying. Am I trying? You saw me on Facebook. You see me on WhatsApp. Ek praat die skyn uit my bek uit. Man, ma, iemand moet my help. Someone must say, okay, I'll put up a billboard in George. UIM. I'll print pamphlets to go into the township.
Yes.
Where is it? You want me to pay for it? I cannot. I can't. So the answer to the solution of this plan is you.
Yes.
It's not me. I started it. I put the blitz vir die vuur vir die potjie. Nou moet julle bly die vegetables nou. Want ek kan nie op my eie dit doen nie. Maar ons praat.
Yes.
Hoe goeie idee. Kry ek idee. Neil, jy word met die dood gedreig. Jou familie is nag. Jy vat moeilikheid. Jy's moeg. Sit 'n bietjie broer. Kom ek help jou. Maar ons doen dit nie. And I've decided there are 3 reasons why South Africans aren't getting up and going mad. There's only 3 reasons. You don't believe this is serious. You actually don't think Rome is burning. Jy dink, ag, dis maar nou net hier Afrika. You don't actually believe it's dying. 2, you have apathy. You don't care. As long as it doesn't happen to me, it's okay. Thirdly, you don't get it. So you don't think it's happening. You think someone else is going to bail you out, or you think it's not that bad. It's bad. It's very bad. This child is in an incubator, and there's no one currently trying to get up and bail us out.
Eskom's about to put the power off.
They are not caring. So I'm standing and I'm going, South Africa staan op saam met ons. Want die ANC gaan ons doodmaak. Not physically. They're going to ruin this country to an economic desert. Old people are going to leave. How many young people have left? There's no work. Ayikho sebenza. So we've got to stop the bleed. You have to. I'm with you. Of you know, Of jy nou kom van daai kant of die kant. Hou op beklei. Ek vra altyd vir die mense wat sê ek is 'n verraaier, I'm a bad guy. And then I ask them, okay sir, I'll bow out. I will leave. He says, if you think if we leave, this country is going to stand still, it will find a way.
Yeah.
But can I tell you what will be the sad thing? We will miss the greatest opportunity
Yeah.
to revive this country.
Yes.
In justice, in the light, in Christ, and together for the first time. So what your duty is tonight is not to go out and say there's a plan, there's a hero. What you need to go out there and say is there's a movement. He's a movement for us. He's not politics anymore. I don't have every answer in the world. I've traveled it. I've stayed it. I can fight it. But I need you. I need George to wake up. And I need George to go speak to another 10 people tonight, sir. Jy moet gaan praat vanaand. Then that 10 needs to talk to 10. And that 10 must talk to 10. And hopefully by God, within 1 month, there's 1,000 people that have been spoken to. And then when I come back to George, we fill a hole.
Yes.
I didn't come here with the intention to have mass. I came here to speak to 10 people, quietly. And then leave tonight back 5 hours to Cape Town, because tomorrow 9 o'clock I'm speaking in Cape Town to another 10 people. Then on Tuesday night, I am in Langebaan, and I will speak to 10 people. Then the week after, I am in Barcelona, Spain. I'm speaking to 5 countries. And then I will come back via Uganda after speaking to Africa. And then I will land here on the 27th. I will rest by God. And the 1st of May, I'm launching the UIM officially as a political party in Mitchell's Plain. That's where I'm starting. And then from there, Mitchell's Plain, I'm flying to Port Elizabeth, and I'm waking up PE in PE Town Hall. And then 2 days later, I'm in Durban City Hall. And then on the 7th, OR Tambo. And I'm glad to tell you tonight, to the people live, welcome to our new branch in Soweto. Molweni, Molweni, in Soweto, our first branch. So, after Soweto, it is then Tshwane, Pretoria, then we talk in Ekurhuleni, and then on the 10th I land in Bloemfontein in Mangaung. And then I speak in the town hall of Bloemfontein on the 11th, and then I come back on the 12th to rest. And then on the 14th, we start again in Welkom. Die ou wat vir die ander gesê het, welkom, toe sê hy nee, dankie, waar kom jy vandaan, welkom, sê welkom. I'm trying to tell you something. The fire has started. But the fire can only start if escalated by fuel from you. I cannot do this alone. Madam.
Hi, I just wanted to, excuse me, my name is Marlene, I'm from Oudtshoorn, and I
good.
wanted to respond to your question or your suggestion or whatever. I mean, you have a business, you said you have a business, you're a businessman, and you have over 50 plus employees. And my husband also has a business in Oudtshoorn, and you know, they all of them, it's a factory. He makes, he works under the umbrella of Watson Shoes, I don't know if you know them.
Yeah, very well.
And he's a SME, and he does just production, and he has 50 employees in the factory itself, and then he sources out work to many farms because they do hand lacing. Because as you know, with the grasshoppers, there's a huge range if you look on the internet. And he does about 5 different ranges of shoes. So I have emailed info to say, you know,
To come and
I'd like
speak to your
invite-
workers.
Yes.
Yes.
And my husband, I've asked my husband, because my husband is exactly like you say. Like, I don't know what the term you used was the poor.
They have
The
not.
non-haves.
Have-nots and the haves.
He's the one of the haves. You know what I mean? And I'm still trying to convince him. Because firstly, he's not South African, he was born in Germany. And he grew up in Australia, so he has an Australian passport. And he has enough money, so he's fine. So, you know, like he says, well, we're okay. And I keep saying to him, like, we're not going to be okay. You know? And it's like my hands are tired. But I've literally begged him. I said, can I please just have, like, even if it's a half an hour, can you just stop production for that half an hour so that Neil can make a plan at some point and come and talk to all his workers?
Sure.
Because they are also the sort of middle class people. You know, they're not like the real, like the tickers and the whatever you want to call it. You know, they're decent cunts, you know, and they're hard workers. And they will, because like you're saying, you expected thousands of people here tonight. I did too. I would have loved that. But people are so complacent. You know?
They look
I talk to
inwards,
so
they don't look
many
outwards.
people, and everybody just says, "Oh man, it'll never happen." Look, the thing too is that there's you know all the groups that have started since the beginning of lockdown. There's been so much disappointment. You know, I've been following every single group, Move 1 Million.
But can I ask you,
Etc.,
because I'd
etc.
like to ask you one question and move to the next one, but can I ask you, as you stand here today,
Yes,
as a person that has conviction,
yes.
are you 100% a UIM person?
Oh, absolutely.
And tell me just one word, why?
Because
Yeah.
I believe in you.
But then do you believe that through me, there is a nation and a God?
Yes,
And that's how we
I
change it.
truly believe that.
Yes, sir.
And I have followed every single person from the beginning of lockdown. I promise you.
But can I ask you, can you
I've read
also
every
tell
one
me,
of their biographies.
do you at least believe in Kenny
I
as
love
well? Sorry, can I thank you?
Yes.
And I'm coming to Oudtshoorn.
Yes.
And I'm coming to
And
talk.
that's what I want to do, and I want to ask you if that's not what you can do.
Sure, absolutely. No one's disputing what I'm going to do. And
Yes.
the question that I raised was...
Is what's the plan?
How do we incorporate a lot more
Yes.
people? And that was the question that was initiated.
Yes. You see, what I want to do.
Sorry, madam. I have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
So can I say that I catch what you are saying?
Okay.
And it's about what I said.
Yes.
It echoes.
We
We
agree.
can't wait for the neighbours
Yes.
anymore.
But we must help the people.
I'm here.
We must help the
Tata,
renters.
Tata, thank you.
Goeienaand allemaal, meneer de Weer. Ik wil net onder je aandacht brengen vanavond. George is verschrikkelijk opgewonden. Die bezoek vanavond, geloof mij. Er zijn zoveel mensen vanavond die geweest zijn. Ik wil me net zelf voorstellen. Ik is Sharky Windvogel. Ik is een geregistreerde UIM lid in George. Ik wil net vanavond noemen. Dus ik ken ik deze tijd voor me staan. Ik is bijna trots op mij, jongen.
Oh,
Ik heb hem ontmoet. En ik heb hem zo geadmireerd met waarmee hij bezig was. Meneer de Beer, kom naar jou toe. Jy as persoon, dit wat jy beplan vir hierdie land. Ek wat in George is bereid as 'n UIM lid vanaan om 'n verandering in George te bring.
Sorry.
En ek hoor baie van die sprekers is verbaas vir min mense vanaand, maar hoor wat ek vir jou sê vanaand, daar is soveel mense wat bewus is van jou besoek in George. Ek myself, ek weet hoeveel mense sou graag hier wil wees, maar ons mense is so confused. Ons weet nie wat kant toe om te gaan.
Ja.
En hoor wat ek vir jou sê vanaand, mense luister. En mense is Verskriklik, jy sal môre sal jy Facebook hoor. Jy sal goed moet antwoord. Ek myself ek sal moet goed antwoord. George se mense ken vir my. En dis hoekom ek besluit het die idee wat jy het is 100%. My vraag vanaand net is vir die garden route.
Ja.
Ek wil net hê jy moet vir ons 'n plan gee.
Ja.
Wat jy vir ons en George en vir die garden route streek.
Ja.
Maar vanaand is ek bereid en beloof my meneer De Beer. Volgende meeting in George gaan ons vol saal hê. Ek gaan sorg daarvoor. Ek gaan sorg daarvoor. Want ek gaan terug vanaand, ek gaan na my mense toe. Ek gaan met hulle meetings opsit, ek gaan hulle inlig. Ons mense het dit nodig om te weet. Jy weet, ons het nog soveel kansse gevat in die lewe.
Ja.
En voor ek nog u geken het, het ek jou agtergrond al reeds geken. En dit gee vir my die idee dat jy leier is. En ek sal met jou vanaand.
Baie dankie.
Thank you.
Wat is jou naam? Sorry?
Shadley.
Shadley.
Yes.
Ek bly ook in die Edenstreek.
Oh, okay.
Ek is ook baie naby. Vat my saam.
100%.
Dan gaan ons hand aan hand. Ons gaan sien die mense. Want
Definitely.
ek het op vanaand vir Neil gesê,
Yes.
WhatsApp en Facebook werk nie. Want ons gewone mense daar buite het nie smartphone nie.
Yes.
Ons moet daar kom.
Yes.
En die mense moet sien wat ons
100%.
doen. Want sien is gewoon voel is damn it.
Jy weet,
So,
jy weet
vat my
meneer,
nommer,
ja,
ek kom saam.
Ek praat vanaand uit ondervinding uit. Ek was verbaas toe te hoor Neil kom George so vinnig besoek. En ek het gewoon nog eers buite.
Ek het eintlik vinnig gekom want ek wou nie geneem word nie. Dis ek in hulle uitvinnig.
Ek het weer eens en dankie vir die span wat dit moontlik gemaak het. Maar dit was fantasties. Maar jy het my woord en my eer vanaand nie. Dat
Dankie.
George gaan verander.
Dankie.
En ek gaan sorg daarvoor. Jy het my steun.
Baie dankie.
Ek wil soos hy sê, ek glo nie in jou nie. Ek glo in God. Ek glo dit wat jy doen is die regte ding.
Ja, maar
En
dis
ek
making
vra die Here om
right.
jou te help om daarmee aan te hou. Want indien nie kon Jesus se koel is sê net
Ja.
tussen my en haar ons 20 jaar van ons lewe toegewy aan onderwys in die swart gemeenskap. Ek was die eerste ene wat 'n tenniskampioenskap vir swart skole in Suid-Afrika geweer het.
Ja, maar
Ek het die geleentheid gehad, dank die Here. En toe ek die beste swart span in Suid-Afrika het, toe sê ek nou het die Rottweiler ook die bakkie geval. Waar jy nou? Toe gaan ek na Malibani met sien toe in Mangbope. Toe sê ek vir hom, meneer, ek het die beste swart span. Hy sê, gaan terug Suid-Afrika toe, gaan krijg my wit gesigte daarin. Want dan sal ek jou toenemend lees. En Aibacher het my gehelp om 'n sponsor te kry by National Panasonic. En ek het die rakette, alles gevat. En Boys High en Girls High se 4 beste seuns en dogters. En in 1986 is ek oor die grens met 'n vol gemengde span. Ons was die nuwe Suid-Afrika 10 jaar voor. Terug. En ons skole staan nog. Isilemela. Ek het die wapen ontwerp, sê die skool gerang daar. En alles vir hulle gedoen. Ek het hulle Nikomaland teater toe gevat. Ek het op 'n skip gevat, hulle was nog nooit op die see. Ek loop aan Koetsenburg op die Tartanbaan met hardloop.
Ja.
Toe vra hy vir my, waar kry jy die atlete? Ek sê dit nog altyd in die sandvlakte van Kalicha gehad.
They've always been there.
Vandag is hulle hier. Hy sê, ja, maar hier is goeie atlete. Al wat hulle nie kon doen, hulle kon die spies gooi nie. Ek sê, my julle voorouers is spies gegooi. Gaan staan op jou knieë, dan sal jou spies pen. Hoe leer ek hulle met jou knieë staan, dan sal jou droom bewaar. Ek wil net 'n naam vir jou sê, saam met daai. Moet asseblief nie van die haves vergeet nie. Want ek hoor jou toespraak vanaand hierso, ons gaan uit en jou program mooi loop. Maar wanneer ek wil graag bywoon wanneer jy die haves gaan toespreek. Ek wil dit verskriklik graag bywoon. Want ek wil weet wat jy gaan vir hulle sê. Want die haves chop af. Die haves het nie 'n geyser met 'n sonverhittingsstelsel wat hy verniet kry op die dak nie. Die haves het nie 'n allowance nie. Die haves het nie vir ters en vir UIF, ek sukkel om vir my mense in my gastehuis te betaal met UIF, ons nie gaste gehad het nie.
Nou nog is die grense toe. Ons kry die gaste nie. Ek leef vir my ou spaartjie kry die geld. Weet, ek het lank al 'n hak wat ek uitvoer. Dit is nie so maklik om 'n hef daar buite te lees. Julle weet, julle werk met die hefs. Dit is pragtig nie maklik nie. Maar elke dag het hulle kos. En God weet, vandag het ek weer geld gehad om dit te kom praat.
Amen.
En om Koos, kyk so 'n Koos Kitteryn van Dannaby. En hy doen soos jy doen. Hy doen in die nag wanneer mense slaap.
Ja.
Dan doen hy patrollie. In sy tyd, in sy ouderdom doen hy dit nog. En dan
Ek het nou 24 uur na 'n vrou gesoek. 24 uur. Uiteindelik uit die plek waar sy die sleutel gesluit. En toe laat kom ek die polisie en die buurtwag. Hulle oopsluit en lê die boet op die vloer. Sy sê die polisie van stop, ek hoor haar asemhaal, sy lewe. Toe gaan ons en ons kry haar in en sy geval, sy in haar huis en buite geval en sy bloeding op die been gehad. En dankie Here, sy's uit. En dit sal kon haar red.
Maar Koos,
Ja.
vir 'n 55-jarige man lyk jy nie vir my te sleg.
Nee, mag dit. Dat ek 71 Die jy in Polsmoor was, daar met Mandela, en ek geveg in Langa, in Washington straat. Sy het die mense gedra van hier af te gee. So Panga.
Nou kan ek vir iets sê, Koos. Jou gees, jy het 'n gees in jou. En ek voel dit tot hier. En die feit dat jy hier is 'n groot eer vir ons. En daai persoon langs jou is jou rots.
Sy was in Langa-stasie. Langa Comprehensive. Ja, het sy die besem die noodalarm met die besemstok gedruk dat die kinders gou want hulle kom hier so aan met klippe en ek weet nie wat alles nie, dat die kinders
We like it now. Sorry, he's a fan.
Ek wil gou 'n statement maak. Ek hoor ons praat van die hefs en ek hoor ons praat van die have-not. That's fine. Maar ek was die gedeelte van die have-not. Ek was gebore in 'n have-not familie. Ek ken van nie kos het vanaand om te eet nie. Want ek was in 'n kleerling familie grootgemaak. En kom ek vertel julle gou, as jy in so 'n familie groot raak, jy's 'n kind, jy weet okay, ons kry swaar dat ons mense moet keer education. Want baie van ons have-nots is onder die indruk dat die situasie wat hulle in is onveranderbaar. Wat nie waar is nie. Ek was 'n have-not en ek kan proud nie vandag sê. Ek is 'n have. Nie omdat ek dit gedoen het. Ons mense moet keer education en nie die education wat jy in die skool kry nie. Ons mense moet keer financial education. Hulle moet keer education om nie net, jy kan nie net vir iemand R100 gee en vir hom gaan sê, gaan koop vir jou vanaand kos nie. Want môre aand gaan nie kos nie. Sê vir hom vat hy R100 en begin dit en draai dit om. Môre aand het jy R150. En so gaan dit aan. So die ding wat ons have-nots moet keer is 'n education wat op die oomblik nie beskikbaar is van die government.
En stem jy saam, soos ons Koos sê, en so jou name,
Sorry,
Sean, that COVID has killed us, not just medically, but economically.
Yes, absolutely.
But not only, Sean, has COVID killed us medically and economically, it has killed us in our spirit.
Yes.
So we are facing a country, Johan, that has killed us medically, it has killed us as a society, and it has killed us as an individual.
Take your oxygen away.
It's taken us away. I was asked, and I think maybe there was a question here that was sent. One of the questions was, what is my opinion on the following 5? Can we get to that 5?
Yes.
What is my opinion on vaccine? They're asking me the vaccine. What's my opinion?
Never.
Rubbish.
Number one, I am not a medical doctor. I cannot give you my opinion
Yes.
on something that is medically currently a vaccine. What I can tell you though is that the president of the UIM says the following. If you are going to put something in my body, then maybe you should educate me scientifically but in clear language.
Yes.
What is this that you're putting in me?
Yeah.
Because again, there are people that are literate, that can go Google and make up our own opinion. And then you've got the masses that can't read or write.
Yes.
All they know is hulle gaan my inspuit met 'n ding
Yes.
en dis nie lekker nie.
Yes.
So my opinion is the government and the people within the medical fraternity, it is their duty to come and talk to us and tell us what is vaccine, what is it in component, and what will happen if they give us the vaccine and there is a medical rejerk, will they then look after us?
Yes.
Sorry, so my principle as a leader is as follows. I say the vaccine is probably something that a couple of years ago when they told us we must be inoculated against polio, we also said, not the hell. But you gaan iets in my sit. Now today, most of us, if you look on your arm, you didn't even have a choice. Hy's daar, né? You are not fighting that. So it stopped polio, it stopped yellow fever. What we're asking is not to say we cannot take a vaccine or take it. We want to be educated about what it is. You back Johnson & Johnson with everything, and then yesterday Dr. Mickey Mouse gets up and says, stop it, because it causes blood clotting. Now can you imagine if all of us said vaccine, and now you're sitting with it in your arm and you're going, am I going to die? So my opinion on vaccine is not stop it or go ahead. It is we are not sure as a country what's the truth anymore. So my opinion as a leader is I am not going to make a decision on a medical subject without the confrontation of true experts getting up in this country and going, you're lying or you're telling the truth. I'll take you back to Thabo Mbeki, that made a decision without being a doctor as a president that HIV does not cause AIDS. Do you remember that? Yes. He said it. And then he did. Then he did. And then he had to bring in ARVs. How many people died from the day that the president says this until he went, oopsie. Can you imagine doing the same about vaccines? You cannot take that risk.
No.
Now you might say, and I agree, that we are a small movement of 50 people today in the hall. Do you know how many people the UIM in its social media?
Believe.
Do you know how many people we have reached
Believe.
in 4 months? 3.2 million.
Yes.
3.2 million people in this country in algorithm has followed us. Our current membership on registration opened 60 days ago, broke 8,300 tonight.
Amen.
8,300.
Excellent.
My videos I put out with Tanny, with everybody else, is currently hitting more than 276,000 a day. So make no mistake,
We are making
we might be small here, but we are the world already. Now let me put it into perspective. Do you know the figures what we are fighting as the UIM? It's not possible. 17 million people voted in the last election. Only 17. 1.8 million, Sean, the EFF. So the EFF is today in Parliament the third largest party with a vote of only 1.8 million people.
Ridiculous.
No, put this in your mind.
UIF.
The DA became the official opposition in this country with 3.5 million votes.
Yeah.
And the ANC, 10 million.
Sure.
Whoa. Are you telling me, today as I stand here, there are currently 17 to 19 million eligible voters in this country that did not vote? They didn't vote. They didn't vote because they had apathy. They didn't vote because they didn't have an alternative. And they didn't vote because they gave up.
Yes.
I'll take those odds.
Yes.
Johan.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yes.
But if you told me that 37 million voted, oof, I'd go, yo, there's a lot of odds, ne?
Yes.
So let's say we go to vote factually today, if the UIM got up and called all its support. Yeah? Today.
Yeah.
We've just moved the EFF. We are just now the third party.
Easy.
If we wait another 6 months, 8 months, another 2 years with us, doing the tactical marketing we are going to do, Danny, we'll be official opposition within the next 18 months. We'll take them.
So
We will take them.
when is the election? Sorry, just to ask, when have they decided?
October.
October.
October this year
Yeah.
is now the municipal elections.
Okay.
That's when we saw going into the metros.
Sure. 100%.
But we are not, I think the plan you and I've got, it's now our plan. It's a practical plan.
Absolutely.
It's one where we go talk to factory workers. It's where we go talk to churches, Germany. It's where we go talk to industry. It's where we go talk to the farmers. And we tell the farmers, you don't have to worry anymore. Dat as jy jou werker op 'n trekker trailer ry, dan sê hulle, as een van julle eters vandag vir die ANC stem, dan donder ek vir julle môre. Tak 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 tak. Nee? Dan sê die plaaswerker, nee meneer, ons wou vir die DA meneer. En dan kom hy en dan sê hy, ANC, tyd. En dan kom hy en dan sê hy, Johnny, wat weet jy gesê? Nee meneer, die DA stem meneer. Guys, girls, we don't have to do that anymore. Because now farm worker and farmer are equally gutful.
Yeah, they are.
So both of them can now go and vote for the UIM. So you know what, farmers, bring julle werkers. You should not be sitting here the next time alone. You should be taking a truck, a taxi, and when you come here the next time, you should bring you and your workers sitting here. You shouldn't be alone. That's our problem. We don't sensitize the people that are your worker who need your help the most. So, kos hoor gou vir my, it's not about the haves, because I'm a have, being ignored. It is about the have not starting to trust the have. And saying, we are now equal. We are not equal here, but we are equal here. So Ubuntu uMasakane means jy en jou werker. Why is your domestic worker not here tonight? He's because we still have that apathy. Nou skryf 'n man vir my, hoe durf jy gaan praat in 'n kerk in George? Hy skryf vir my, die Here sê dat politiek en kerk mag nie meng nie. Toe skryf ek terug, toe sê ek dit is vir my verbasing. Want ek dink government het begin in 'n kerk.
Yes.
I think that if Christians don't get involved in government, we are lost. Because it is necessary for Christ to say, you are in the dark now. You are making things that are against my will. So it's intervention. It's intervention. And it should start in a church. It should start in your community. So I am saying, toe skryf ek van terug, toe sê ek is diep, baie diep. Teleurgesteld in jou nominasie van 1 vers en vir my skriftelik aanvat oor die Bybel. Ek dink jy moet gaan bid. It's our duty, John. It's our duty to go out to our brothers and sisters and tell them that we are failing. I've cleared vaccine. Abortion. In the abortion debate, you can go a biblical debate, or you can go in a human debate. The biblical debate is easy. All life matters. And what about the raped woman? that will carry the child of the person who raped her unconditionally. You will go give her the biblical verse that all life matters. And for the rest of her life, she has to look at that child as the reminder of something that took away her life. You call this an easy debate? It's not an easy debate. If you've never gone through it, then who are you to judge? How many people in our country of lawlessness gets raped, gets abused, gets sexually tormented by animals, and animals are wrong? They don't do this to themselves. So abortion, I have two policies. All life matters no matter what, but circumstance dictates debate. Circumstance dictates debate. And I don't think a lady that is about to take the decision to abort a life should take that decision on her own.
No.
I think she should be assisted.
Yes.
And the people that must assist her is a proven, qualified clinical psychologist
Yes.
and someone that understands the jurisdiction of law.
Yes.
And once such advice has been rendered to such a person, I think the final decision should then be taken one that's informed.
Yeah.
Because to blanketly just say on a person, no, in today's society is wrong. Number 3, what is my policy on the death sentence? I love the biblical term of an eye for an eye. But it is the wrong judgment in a country where the justice system will fail.
Yes.
So here's my answer.
Get the justice.
Until the courts cannot sort out themselves and sentence someone indisputably to the gallows and not make a mistake, I will not support the death sentence in this country. Because once you put him to death, you can't bring him back. Now, if you say to me, Neil, I am 100% in support that our current justice system in this country is not fallible, I might change my mind. But today I know it. Ons gaan foute maak om koos. En ons gaan die verkeerde ou galg toestuur. En dan gaan ons 'n fout maak met DNA. Ons het nie eens DNA nie, die masjiene is af. So, en dan môre, oepsie. Luister, hallo, Johan, ons het 'n fout gemaak, hoor? Gerard was nie skuldig nie. Ja, maar ons het nou vir Gerard gesê. Nee, jy nou sê he's crazy. So I'm sorry, I will not support the death penalty until we can justify it. And by the way, the death penalty doesn't stop people from murdering. It just stops that guy. So I'm clear. We will not support it until justice and the judicial system is okay. We can't even take a president to court. Number 4. Political party or independent? Do we go as independents or do we form a political party? So we decided. We went to look at both. But we stood back and we weighed the pros and cons. I think you'll remember those that were with me from day one and never left me. You will agree we started with the understanding of the independent candidate. Because the day I heard that the Constitutional Court said that an individual can now run for National Parliament is the next day I declared my candidacy. And then I realized he's a judgment of court. He's not law yet. So the Constitutional Court said to the country, to the IEC, you have 2 years to amend the law. That date is roughly the 1st of August 2022, where this country has to already amend the law that allows an independent human being, adult South African, to stand in Parliament. And if they don't, If they don't change the law by 2022, it will not be in effect for 2024. Question. Do you, the people, want me to take that risk?
No.
Do you want me to wait until 2022 and then make a decision if we go political party or not?
Nope.
Because if we wait, we can wait. Here's my problem. I don't know if you know it. An independent candidate in a ward can only get half the ward's votes legally. You cannot get full. It's not possible. It's because of the PR vote. Proportional representation, the other 50 votes in a ward must go to political parties.
Sure.
So I can tell you today, an independent candidate can never win a ward. It's not possible.
Okay.
But a political party, you are eligible for 100% of the ward. You can fight. So I think the overwhelming decision that we have taken in a discussion with the executive, and I think if I ask you tonight to help me, may I ask you, now knowing just a small difference, may I ask how many of you will support it with a hand if we change and say that the UIM will register for the local elections as a political party? May I ask who will support us? So may I say that it is unanimous? Is unanimous? CEO, can you stand quickly? Not only do we have a sexy CEO, but we have a clever James Bond CEO. May I introduce you to Jacques Talliard, who just took over as Chief Executive Officer of the UIM. Jacques Talliard, you have just received a mandate, not only from the people of George, but from your exco to register this damn political party. Get it registered so that we can go kick ass.
Yes.
Now, I've taken an hour and so much from you. There's many more that we need to take from you in time. Because ons kom terug. We are coming back. Sean, we will come back. I'm coming to Oudtshoorn. I will come talk. Maar ons soek 'n bietjie tomatikos, né? Anything for a tomati breadie. Oh, then I will have lamb chops, mince and mash. Right? Ons moet kom praat met die mense. We need to come speak to the haves, the little have and the have-nots, and muster them. Do me a favor. My executive members are staying in Mossel Bay. Chris is in Mossel Bay. Danny is in Plett. Get me a business breakfast together at the George Golf Club. Get me interactive with the people that is the business community. It doesn't matter if they're UIM or not. Give me the opportunity to come and talk to them. Because if I talk to them, if 10 out of 100 turn and say we are behind you, then it is already a tenth of the victory done. Praat met die boeregemeenskap. Chris, hy het al kale opgelyn. Want dit maak nie saak of jy met my saamstem of nie.
Yes.
Kom ons stem saam, ons gaan vir Everest klim.
Yes.
You see, when you say we are going to get up Everest, everybody wants to ask, how many sleeping bags? How many gas bottles? How many Sherpas? It is irrelevant. Let's decide first. We are climbing Everest. Once we have decided that we will climb this mountain together, nou kan ons 'n ander meeting hou waar ons besluit hoeveel slaapsak, hoeveel macaroni and cheese and 2-minute noodles. Tonight was not about asking you how many people are going to carry our sleeping bags. Dominee Piet vanaand was een ding, is ons lus om 'n berg te klim en 'n vlag op daai berg te plant saam. En as ons vanaand sê, ja, kom ons klim, dan beklei ons om daai berg te summit. But you rather should climb Kilimanjaro before you climb Everest. I think you should get a hint of hoe vir dit vat.
Klim die ou Teniquas first.
Soos jou Teniquas, Tafelberg, Ek weet nie hoekom hulle dit wil doen nie. Daar's 'n kabeltjie. But let's agree tonight. Let's agree tonight that we did summit the Outeniqua. We did climate tonight.
Yes.
Let's agree that the local government elections is our Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
And let's agree in 2024 that will be our Everest. And Everest you don't climb from bottom to top unless you're in a helicopter. You climb it base camp for base camp. Let's climb it together. With the understanding that no matter what we do, that we will change this country's economy, that we will change this country's conscience, that we will together be better. Tri, kara, tre, ka. Unity in diversity.
Yes.
And finally, before I go, finally, Madame Suzanne, welcome. Sê vir ons iets, asseblief.
Goeienaand almal, my naam is Suzanne. Ek dankie Neil dat jy in George is. Dit is amazing elke keer om na jou te luister. En terwyl ons hier so sit, het ek aan 'n idee gedink. Wat as ons 'n challenge doen, soos 'n UIM Friendship Challenge? So almal van julle wat hier is, ons almal deel dieselfde passie vir ons land en vir sy mense. Maak nie saak watter mense die haves of die have-nots, almal van hulle. So kom ons maak 'n selfie video. So ons challenge onsself en ons vriende dat jy 'n selfie video neem, dat jy sê, hoekom is jy UIM? Hoekom is jy deel van die UIM? En dan hoekom, wat is jou wens vir ons land? Wat is vir jou wens vir ons land en vir sy mense? Maak daai selfie video. Jy kan wees waar jy is, buitekant in jou kamer, enige plek. Maak 'n vinnige selfie video en post dit op jou social media plaas, op jou Facebook, op jou Instagram. En dan tag jy al jou pelle in en sê, jy weet, proudly UIM Friendship Challenge. Wat is die ander wat ons gesê het?
Die beste die video die meeste shares.
So jy kan ons gaan ek dink Jacques sal 'n bietjie hierso 'n paar hashtags neersit en ons sal dit uitstuur. Maar ek dink dit is amazing want ons sien altyd verniel en ons hoor altyd, maar wat doen ons as die mense? Jy weet dit sal amazing wees as ons kan sê hoekom is ek trots op UIM en wat is ons wens vir die land? En so gaan al jou mense by die werk en om jou sal dan nou sien wat dit is en hulle gaan dan kyk en as jy intag UIM intag en jy tag en Neil de Beer, dan gaan die mense sê, hey, wat is hierdie? Kom ons gaan kyk. En so gaan dit 'n kettingreaksie wees en jy gaan jou passie kan deel met jou mense om jou. So dis maar net 'n idee. So julle kan besluit of julle 'n challenge vat. Ek sal die eerste video opsit en ek sal almal, jy weet, ek sal vir Neil tag en dan kyk ons hoe werk dit, né? Daddy gaan dit doen. Is jy in op die challenge?
Definitief.
Jy.
En vir daai mense wat soos ek nog nie verstaan van tag en video's nie, challenge ek hulle om 'n plakkaat te vat en in Jongstraat te gaan staan op die hoek en vir die mense te waai.
Ja.
Want ek is deel van daai garde, né? Maar thank you Suzanne.
Okay, so daar's net nog een ding, ekskuus.
Ja.
Ons het die video met die meeste shares, kan een van hierdie lapel UIM pins kry. Soos 'n pin van die UIM. So dit is dan 'n prys vir die meeste shares.
Just to tell you quickly, Suzanne invited me, in actual fact a month ago I was with her and a group of business people at Fancourt, is it?
Yeah.
We met at Fancourt and we spoke to some business leaders there. And it's amazing that you don't know someone, but you know someone. Sean, I don't know you, but I think you're a great man because I can see it. You won't be here tonight and ask what you're asking if you didn't care. And if we had more like you, and more like you, sir, and more like you, and more like you, because I don't know who you are, but you've got something about you. I don't know who you are, but you've got an energy as well. Kijk de energie, jy.
Goeienaand.
Ek wil weet wie is jy.
My naam is Elke Oktober. Dis die ou wat Neil de Beer baie van daar op die radiostasie laat plaas. Aan 4 'n interview gehad.
Ek het.
Dit is Gerald. Dit is die vrou wat by die radiostasie.
Is it you that interviewed me? Who is Gerald that interviewed me?
Nou, dat is
Maar jy het dit georganiseer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Neil, ja, as ek jou sien, en dan sien ek van my en jou. So ek is 'n baie sterk believer in Neil de Beer. En ek follow Neil de Beer van Oktober maand af. Neil doen actually dit wat ek en Jeremy graag wil doen. Die community service en
CRU.
Yes, dit is wat Neil actually doen en dit is waar ek baie mal geraak het oor dit wat Neil doen. So ons is tans besig met 'n registrasie wat nou aan einde April maand gaan plaasvind.
Great.
En dit is actually wat ons gaan doen vir die community. Agter dit is dit actually waar ons die UIM gaan actually gaan na ons mense toe van en hulle laat verstaan waaroor die UIM gaan met die service wat ons vir die community gaan gee.
Absoluut.
So dat is actually die gameplan agter dit hoe ons die mense gaan betrokke kry
Security.
by die UIM. So
Right.
ek is actually 'n entrepreneur. Het 65 mense wat vir my werk.
Wow.
65 mense wat vir my en elke keer as Neil op YouTube kom of whatever, sit ek in my groep en hulle sien dit. Ek het seker meer as 1200 kliënte. Dis nou van Coca-Cola. Van hulle is omtrent meer as 100 wat ek elke keer wat nou nie van Neil ken nie, wat ek elke keer as Neil iets dan post ek. So daar's ouens wat gedink het dit gaan 'n groot event met wat sponsorship sal soos voedsel gestuur het. Cindy het vir my gesê dit gaan nie so ek sien dit nou vanaand, maar dis ouens wat hulle harte oopgemaak het net oor hoe kommunikeer saam met hulle wat Neil doen en so aan. Dis hoekom ek sê dat die UIM gaan massive wees. En ek weet dit because my gewag gaan agter wees. So al waarvoor ek wag is net vir registrasie saam met Jeremy en dan vat ons die bier weer.
In October, your surname is October, and I was born in October.
Kan ek net vir jou sê, jy moet ook my nommer kry. Ons gee ook vry opleiding vir mense, maar dan met mense wat belangstel om te doen. Ons het 'n groep mense wat opleiding doen oor wat nie hulle doen ons en is verniet. So as daar net genoeg mense op daar is, jy sien sal ons die opleiding kom gee.
Sure.
Okay.
And you get the CRU motto, the Community Reaction Unit motto. You know what it is. Dominee, die motto vir die crime fighting taak mag. Ons bid vir hulle in die oggend, ons voer hulle in die middag, en ons moer hulle in die aand. Sorry. Guys, was niet het altijd die kant. Maar can I end off by saying to you the following? I am an ordinary man that has risen in an unordinary time to do unordinary things. Ek is 'n gewone mens soos jy. Ek doen ook my werk elke dag. My werk is 'n bietjie groter, is 'n bietjie internasionaal, maar ek verdien my brood en botter wettig, skoon en in die lig. Dis hard. Dis hard om die 27ste Augustus 6:50 Tannie my hart vir die Here te gee. Want ek is 'n wolf. I am a wolf amongst men. Ek byt. En ek het hard gebyt. En om nou terug te staan en te sê ek moet 'n skaapie wees. 'n lammie. I sincerely want to come to your home and blow your house down.
Knock, knock.
Maar ek kan nie. Want ek het my hart vir die Here gegee. En ek kyk na mense wat my beledig, die mense wat my vernietig, en die mense wat my probeer afbreek. Julle weet wie dit is. Julle weet elke dag op Facebook wie my breek. And it didn't work.
No.
It never worked. Because plain and simply, we did not attack back.
Yes.
We did not belittle back.
Yes.
We didn't swear
Yes.
back. What we said was, you are forgiven.
Amen.
You are forgiven. Because we will not lower ourselves to levels. You don't pick a fight with a pig, because soon you will be both covered in mud, and no one will be able to see who's the pig and who is you. You expect from leadership eloquence. You expect from leadership guidance, and you expect from leadership decision. And finally, you do not expect deceit.
No.
You do not expect dishonor. But you want a leader? You want a leader that at least can stand here and say, I have ruled the world in economy. I have seen war. I have sat in the benches of the ANC and looked this organization go from top to bottom, and I disagree. I have the right to get up and go, ek stem nie meer saam. It's as if people can't believe you can change your mind. Winston Churchill said when he made that great speech about we'll fight them on the beaches, we'll fight them on the landing grounds, we'll fight them in the air, we'll fight them in the villages, in the cities, we shall never ever surrender. And he sat down and his chancellor said, why, Sir Churchill, you changed your mind? And he said, young man, whomever has never changed his mind has changed nothing at all.
That's right.
It is my right to change. But you have a leader in me that will lead. Johanna gaan lei, maar ek lei saam met jou, langs jou, agter jou, en altyd onder die Here. So George, thank you. Thank you for coming here.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me 2 hours of your family time. Thank you for following me for 6 months and never giving up, no matter what they talk about me. Tonight you met me. Ek is nie 'n verskrikking nie. Ek is nie 'n duiwel nie. Ek is 'n man. En ek is baie lief vir my land. I love my country. I have changed my life. Can we change a country? Can we change it, Sean? Step by step. Street for street. Community by community. Shack by shack. Farm by farm. Church by church. Plaas opstal en stadsaal. Vir stadsaal, ja, ons kan, onkoos. Want in die ou dae het ons verkiesings gewen. Nie in die parlement of op Facebook nie, maar in stadsaal. We won it in city halls. Johan Legrandsie skryf vir my, ten slotte, Professor Emeritus Maties, jong man, ek hou nie altyd van jou politiek nie, maar jy is my leier. Jy moet 'n stadsaal president wees. Be a city hall president. Don't go Facebook, make speeches and say to everybody, my fellow South Africans. Tonight I will touch you with your hand, with your elbow, with your hand. And I will say, thank you for giving me the time. Now do me a favor. Go do your work. Go rise. Johan, gaan doen jou ding. Call us. info@UIMSA. Write to us. WhatsApp us. Talk to us. Because only when I hear your voice can I understand what's wrong. And a good leader listens. A good leader goes and takes what you said and goes and does such. Het jou muscles nodig. Het jou brein nodig. Want jy lyk soos jy lyk, nê? Maar jy het so 'n hartjie, ek kan jou sien. And you're an amazing guy. I don't know, God just told me to tell you that, young man.
Sure.
You're an amazing man. And I think you've gone through a lot of hell. Ek dink jy het dit nie altyd maklik gehad nie. But look at you now. You've changed, haven't you? I don't know why I've just told you that. You are the future.
Sure.
Right. Mo, I've met a guy with bigger arms now than you. Dis hier reg hier my broer. But can I tell you, someone just told me to tell you that God blesses you.
Yeah,
And that you are going to be blessed. Thank you very much. I kan nog
Just check your speak. This guy is not.
nee, wat Mo, jy's naag so. Is that you in a speedo? Guys, I think if we could just ask Louis just to close with a prayer for us. Ek gaan nog so 10 minute of so gaan ons 'n koffie drink daar agter. So dan gaan vir my, I need to sign your book. By the way, this is my book. Undercover with Mandela Spies. It sounds dramatic. When I was on Kwela, al wat ek wil weet is wat 'n spioen. Toe sê ek weet nie as iemand homself probeer soek in die donker. For you. God bless you. God bless every single one of you. And God bless this Republic of South Africa. And thank you for your time, George.